Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will dive into the escalating drama surrounding Willow Tate and her potential explosive reaction to Drew Cain's shattered commitments. In the bustling world of Port Charles, tensions are reaching a boiling point as Willow Tate grapples with a shocking revelation that could upend everything she holds dear. Recent hints from the show's storyline suggest that Willow might finally lose her composure over Drew Cain's repeated failures to deliver on his promises, especially in the wake of Judge Eva Heran's mysterious and untimely death. This tragic event, where the judge was discovered lifeless in the murky waters near the harbor, has sent ripples through the community, leaving many to wonder if it was an accident or something far more sinister. Willow, already stretched thin by her custody battles and emotional turmoil, finds herself at the center of this storm, her trust in Drew hanging by a thread. As details emerge about the judge's demise, it's clear that this could be the catalyst for Willow's long-simmering frustrations to erupt into a full-blown confrontation, potentially altering alliances and sparking new conflicts among the town's residents. Delving deeper into the intrigue, Willow stumbles upon a crucial piece of evidence that directly implicates Drew in Judge Heran's murder, a discovery that leaves her reeling in horror and disbelief. This isn't just any clue, it's something tangible, perhaps a hidden recording or a overlooked witness statement from the night of the incident, buried in the chaos of Port Charles' underbelly. While Willow remains in the dark about Drew's motives, whether it was a desperate act to protect his own secrets or a calculated move tied to larger shemesh, feels compelled to take action. Overwhelmed by a sense of justice and betrayal, she decides to turn the evidence over to the authorities, setting in motion a chain of events that leads to Drew's arrest and imprisonment. The police, acting swiftly on this bombshell, haul Drew in for questioning, and with the weight of the proof against him, he's soon behind bars, facing the harsh realities of a murder charge. This development not only shakes the foundations of Drew's life, but also forces Willow to confront the fallout, as her decision ripples out to affect her family and friends in unexpected ways, adding layers of guilt and regret to her already burdened conscience. Meanwhile, the shadows of danger loom large over Drew, with spoilers indicating that an attempt on his life could be imminent, turning Port Charles into a hotbed of suspicion and intrigue. Various characters have been issuing veiled threats against him, from heated confrontations in dimly lit alleys to whispered warnings in crowded gatherings, building toward a classic whodunit mystery that's been simmering for weeks. Figures like Sonny Corinthos, with his powerful influence and history of grudges, or even lesser-known rivals lurking in the background, seem poised to strike. Everything points to a climactic showdown where Drew's survival hangs in the balance, and the question of who pulls the trigger, if it's a more subtle form of sabotage, keeps fans on the edge of their seats. This brewing storm of vengeance isn't just about personal vendettas. It's intertwined with the town's intricate web of alliances, where one wrong move could unravel years of fragile peace, making every interaction a potential clue in the unfolding puzzle. At this juncture, Willow stands out as one of the rare individuals in Port Charles who still has a vested interest in keeping Drew breathing, primarily because she views him as her last lifeline in reclaiming custody of her beloved children. Amid the custody hearings' endless delays and emotional roller coasters, Drew has positioned himself as the key ally, promising legal maneuvers and insider advantages that could tip the scales in her favor. However, this fragile dependency might shatter soon, as doubts creep in about his reliability. Willow's desperation has led her to overlook red flags in the past, but with each passing day, the strain of separation from her kids Wiley and Amelia grows more unbearable. Fueling her inner conflict, she envisions family picnics and bedtime stories that feel increasingly out of reach, and Drew's role as her supposed savior is starting to feel like a cruel illusion. If circumstances push her too far, this alliance could dissolve into outright hostility, transforming Willow from a supporter to a formidable adversary in the blink of an eye. Given the mounting suspense, it's essential to consider Willow as a prime suspect in any plot against Drew, as excluding her from the mystery would overlook a goldmine of dramatic potential. In the rich tapestry of General Hospital's storytelling, characters like Willow, with their complex backstories of loss and resilience, often become pivotal in unexpected twists. Her history of quiet strength masking deep-seated pain makes her a wild-card couple of calculated moves when pushed to her limits. To weave her convincingly into this narrative, the writers might craft a compelling motive, perhaps tied to a personal betrayal that hits too close to home. Imagine Willow uncovering layers of deceit that not only involve Drew, but also entangle her closest loved ones, igniting a fire she can't contain. This inclusion would add depth to the whodunit, ensuring that every suspect list feels comprehensive and true to the show's tradition of layered, character-driven plots. The sudden death of Judge Eva Heran complicates matters further, as her body being found adrift eliminates any chance for interrogation or verification of the alleged bribe that tainted the custody proceedings. Heran, known for her stern courtroom presence and rumored vulnerabilities, now leaves a void in the legal process, with no opportunity to confirm or deny the illicit payments that reportedly swayed her decisions. This absence of testimony creates a black hole in the investigation, forcing characters to rely on circumstantial evidence and hearsay. Drew, scrambling to salvage his position, clings to information provided by Marco Rios, a shadowy informant with ties to underground networks. But threats from figures like Sidwell, a cunning operator with a knack for digital manipulation, could derail any forensic dive into Heran's finances. Sidwell might deploy hackers to erase transaction records or plant false trails, turning what should be a straightforward probe into a labyrinth of dead ends. This sabotage not only heightens the stakes, but also underscores the perilous intersection of law, corruption, and personal vendettas in Port Charles. Drew's bravado about securing a more sympathetic judge rings hollow, raising questions about why he didn't pursue that avenue from the outset if it was truly viable. His claims, delivered with that signature charm during tense meetings at the Quartermain mansion, seem more like wishful thinking than a solid plan, especially given the judicial system's rigid protocols in such high-profile cases. Willow, navigating her own sea of worries, might start to doubt whether Sonny Corinthos orchestrated the bribery or if it's all smoke and mirrors. Regardless, she could fear that without concrete proof, any replacement judge, perhaps someone even more impartial or adversarial, would rule against her, prolonging her agony. Adding to the pressure, Michael Corinthos, fueled by protective rage, has been vocal about delaying the visitation hearing indefinitely, following Drew's aggressive posturing, which included veiled ultimatums during a heated family dinner. These delays, stretching weeks into months, chip away at Willow's resolve, painting Drew as the architect of her ongoing heartache. As frustrations mount, Willow might soon point the finger at Drew for orchestrating or inadvertently causing Judge Heran's death, leading to a volcanic outburst over the perpetually postponed hearings. Blaming him could stem from pieced-together clues, like suspicious timelines matching Drew's whereabouts, or anonymous tips hinting at his involvement in shady dealings. This accusation would not only strain their fragile pact, but also ignite a public spectacle, perhaps unfolding in the hospital corridors where Willow unleashes a tirade, witnessed by stunned onlookers. Drew's track record of unfulfilled vows from past romantic entanglements to failed business ventures makes it all too easy for Willow to reach her breaking point, pushing her toward irrational decisions. In this heightened state, she could easily slip into the pool of suspects for any attack on Drew, her transformation from ally to antagonist adding a thrilling layer to the saga. Fans should keep an eye out for explosive developments in Drew's storyline, as actor Cameron Matheson's recent Instagram post, affirming his continued presence on the show, suggests that Drew will weather the storm of this assassination attempt. Matheson, sharing behind-the-scenes glimpses of lively set interactions, quashed rumors of his exit, hinting at more twists ahead. Yet, the General Hospital writers are masters at milking drama from near misses, so even if Drew survives, perhaps through a last-minute intervention by an unlikely Herod ordeal, could spawn intense confrontations, fractured relationships, and revelations that reshape Port Charles. Picture intense hospital vigils, tearful confessions, and courtroom showdowns that keep viewers hooked. Wrapping up this spoiler spotlight, the repeated emphasis on Willow's horrifying discovery of evidence proving Drew's guilt in Judge Heran's killing reinforces the gravity of her impending choices. Once again, she uncovers this damning proof, maybe a blood-stained item or digital footprint linking him directly to the scene, leaving her no room for denial. Unaware of the underlying reasons, be they self-defense or deeper conspiracies, Willow reports it to the police, sealing Drew's fate with a prison sentence that echoes through the town. This act of whistleblowing, while morally driven, could backfire, drawing Willow into a web of retaliation and regret, ensuring that the drama in Port Charles continues to unfold with relentless intensity. Next, we will explore the thrilling possibilities surrounding Britt Westburn's dramatic comeback and her potential life-saving move using a secret device in the heart-pounding saga unfolding on General Hospital. Fresh spoilers reveal that Britt Westburn might soon grab the burner phone handed to her by the ever-reliable Jason Morgan to send out a desperate distress signal, essentially shouting Mayday into the void of danger. This untraceable gadget, a sleek black flip phone tucked away in her pocket like a hidden talisman, could become the key to unlocking a rescue mission amid the chaos at the luxurious, yet treacherous Five Poppies resort in Croatia. The resort itself, with its sprawling gardens, crystal-clear pools, and opulent suites overlooking the Adriatic Sea, has transformed from a serene getaway into a perilous trap, where shadows lurk behind every palm tree and alliances shift like the tides. Britt's decision to activate this lifeline stems from the escalating peril facing young Jocelyn Jacks and her companion Vaughn, who have unwittingly stepped into a web of international intrigue far beyond their control. As the plot thickens, viewers are left wondering if this small piece of technology will bridge the gap between isolation and salvation, pulling Jason back into the fray just when he's needed most. The tension escalated when Jason, with his signature stoic intensity and leather jacket weathered from countless close calls, pleaded fervently with Britt to abandon the resort and escape alongside him to safety. His eyes, filled with a mix of concern and unspoken affection, locked onto hers during a clandestine meeting in a dimly lit corridor, adorned with antique chandeliers and echoing with distant waves. Yet Britt, embodying her trademark stubborn resolve forged from years of facing medical crises and personal heartaches, stood her ground firmly, insisting that her unfinished business, perhaps tied to shadowy dealings or a personal quest for closure, demanded she remain. She countered his pleas with a determined shake of her head, her voice steady as she declared that he must depart alone, leaving her to navigate the dangers solo. This standoff, charged with emotional undercurrents from their complicated history, highlighted Britt's independence, a trait that has both endeared her to fans and led her into precarious situations time and again. In a final act of protection, Jason relented, but not without pressing the burner phone into her hand, its prepaid minutes a silent promise of backup in her hour of need. Now, the burning question arises: can Jason swoop in to rescue Joss and Vaughn from the clutches of impending doom? Despite his valiant efforts to sway Britt, including recounting tales of past escapes and painting vivid pictures of a life free from threats, she remained unyielding, her decision rooted in a blend of pride and undisclosed motives that add layers to her character's depth. Ultimately, Jason honored her wishes, slipping away into the night like a ghost, but the burner phone he left behind serves as a beacon of his unwavering loyalty. Britt, having witnessed Jason's track record of keeping promises from safeguarding his loved ones during mob wars to emerging unscathed from explosions, knows deep down that she can count on him without hesitation. This trust, built on shared secrets and near-death experiences, positions the phone as more than just a device. It's a symbol of their enduring bond, ready to ignite action at a moment's notice. As the storyline progresses, this element could pivot the narrative, drawing Jason back across borders and into the heart of conflict. Spoilers tease that this very burner phone is poised to take center stage, becoming instrumental in determining the destinies of Joss and Vaughn, who find themselves ensnared as hostages by the enigmatic and ruthless Pascal. Pascal, a suave villain with a penchant for tailored suits and cryptic smiles, operates from a hidden villa within the resort, his network of guards patrolling the grounds like silent predators. Joss and Vaughn, caught in his grasp after a botched attempt to uncover hidden truths perhaps involving stolen artifacts or illicit trades, face grim prospects, their freedom hanging by a thread in rooms locked with electronic keypads and monitored by surveillance cameras. The phone's role could manifest in a frantic call that alerts Jason to the crisis, transforming it from a mere precautionary tool into the linchpin of a high-stakes extraction. Imagine the scene: Britt, her hands trembling slightly as she dials the pre-programmed number under the cover of moonlight, her voice a whisper carrying the weight of urgency across international lines. Could it be that Britt uncovers the dire straits of Joss and Vaughn through her own sleuthing? With her medical expertise and sharp intuition, honed from diagnosing rare diseases and navigating hospital politics, Britt often knows more than she lets on, her poker face a shield against prying eyes. Jason's unexpected appearance at the resort, complete with his brooding presence and cryptic warnings, has clearly rattled her composure, clouding her judgment amid the resort's lavish distractions like gourmet dinners and spa treatments that mask underlying threats. In this vulnerable state, she might piece together clues of overheard conversations in the lobby or suspicious movements near the private bungalows that reveal Joss and Vaughn's captivity. This discovery could propel her to action, not out of self-preservation, but to protect innocents caught in the crossfire, adding a heroic dimension to her return arc. Speculation runs high that Britt will indeed reach out to Jason, summoning him back to the Five Poppies resort not for her own sake, but to orchestrate a daring save for Joss. She understands all too well that Jason would lay down his life, without a second thought, for Carly Spencer's daughter, his protective instincts as fierce as a lion guarding its cub. Britt, haunted by the thought of bearing guilt if tragedy befalls Joss, visions of what-ifs plaguing her. Sleepless nights wouldn't hesitate to make that call, her finger hovering over the button before pressing send. This act echoes her past heroism, ironically recalling the time she valiantly shielded Joss from Heather Weber's deadly poisoned hook attack in a tense hospital showdown, using her quick thinking and a makeshift antidote to avert disaster. That event, etched in Port Charles lore, showcased Britt's bravery, and now history might repeat itself in a new form, with Jason as her ally in this foreign land. A single urgent call from Britt could propel Jason racing back to Croatia, his motorcycle roaring through winding roads or a private jet slicing through the clouds, ready for another intense rendezvous with his former flame. This collaboration might see Britt stepping up to save Joss's life once more, this time leveraging Jason's combat skills and strategic mind to infiltrate Pascal's stronghold. Picture the duo coordinating via hushed signals, Britt providing insider intel and guard patterns, while Jason disables security systems with precision. Such a triumph could significantly thaw the icy tensions between Britt and Carly, who has long viewed her with suspicion due to her history with Jason. If Britt plays a pivotal role in Joss's rescue, it might earn her a grudging respect from Carly, perhaps even an olive branch extended during a heartfelt conversation back in Port Charles, paving the way for uneasy alliances in future storylines. Jocelyn and Vaughn, naive adventurers thrust into a world of espionage and betrayal, are profoundly outmatched against Pascal's cunning operations, his empire built on deception and force. Trapped in a sweet-turned prison, with minimal food and constant surveillance, their situation grows more desperate by the hour. Vaughn's bravado cracking under pressure while Joss draws on her inner strength, inherited from her resilient mother. If Britt stumbles upon their predicament maybe through a leaked document, or a chance encounter in the resort's underground passage, she'll waste no time enlisting Jason, her call cutting through the static like a lifeline thrown to drowning sailors. But the looming uncertainty remains. Will Jason arrive in the nick of time, bursting through doors with guns blazing, or will delay's flight issues or Pascal's countermeasures prove fatal, leaving fans gasping at the cliffhanger? Now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments section below on Britt's electrifying return to the canvas. Are you sensing that undeniable spark still flickering between her and Jason? That chemistry that once lit up the screen with passionate encounters and tender moments? And what twists do you hope unfold for Britt next? Perhaps a redemption arc, a new romance, or deeper involvement in Port Charles' endless dramas? Let us know your predictions and join the conversation as we all anticipate the next explosive chapter.